Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle for today. Today is Saturday, April 26, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk, the Blue Sky Social, the Lemonade, the Pinterest, or my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. If some of it does not, please just leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. I got Homer in here. I was hoping he'd stay in bed and he wouldn't be all like nosy, but he got nosy. He always gets nosy. Couldn't you just stay in the bed all warm and cozy? I know. So you're afraid you're never going to get love ever again. He's very needy. Clingy, you know. We're going to use the Spill Tea deck. Oh, brother. From Amazon. $10, $15, something like that. I got it like a month ago, 2 months ago. Now I'm covered in cat hair. I'm probably going to start sneezing and having trouble breathing. That's always good. It's good. Oh my God, that is the cutest picture on a card. I don't even remember seeing that. Two on the table. Three on the table. Five on the table. Six on the table. Let's do two more shuffles. I was taking a nap. I'm not gonna lie, in my rocking chair, like a 90-year-old woman, and I don't regret it. Not at all. With my dragon neck pillow, because that's how you do it when you're in your 40s. Seven on the table. Yes. Finally learned. Look at him. He's a beautiful specimen of an orange cat. It's my baby. All right, last shuffle. He was made for the screen. He knows I'm talking about him too. He's very conceited. He thinks he's the only man in my life. I mean, other than Bumbles, he pretty much is. All right. My dad. We got 8 cards on the table with bottom of the deck. We've got Loyal or Not. Doubts surface. I don't know why I'm looking at this and all of a sudden I want an ice cold like 7-Up or Sprite. And I do not like soda for the most part. I love a good root beer. I used when I did my chicken thighs in the crock pot for Easter dinner, when I made the enchiladas in my barbecue sauce, I put almost a whole bottle, plastic bottle of, what are they, 20 ounces, I think? They're not 16 ounces. They got to be more than that. Like a 20-ounce Dr. Pepper. That was the first soda I've had in forever. I used to keep cans of Coke in my fridge for when I got headaches, but they just happen so infrequently. Like, I just don't need it. Quiet contentment. Partial truth. My nose is getting stuffy. It's because of the cat hair. I got intrigued. Holding back. Looks like my journal. One of my journals. Unspoken tensions. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. And trust in the process. Bottom of the deck. Masculine, feminine. It doesn't matter. Take how it resonates. It's just energy. It's just all of our energy. Because we are the collective. Are we not? So someone's questioning your loyalty, or you're questioning someone else's loyalty. They're having doubts about you. You're having doubts about them. Take how it resonates. The funny thing is, the thing I want to call out most about that is, in reality, as a human, you really only owe loyalty to yourself. And should always be loyal to yourself at the end of the day. So to expect another person to be loyal, I mean, yes. But you also got to recognize this too, because I, like, looking at this, it made me think of friendship. It made me think of, like a group of friends, right? Whether it's women or men. If you're at the center and you got, let's say, 4 friends, you assume you have loyalty to all 4 of them, correct? But don't you feel loyalty to one of them more than the other? No, maybe. If you and these 4 people got into an argument or a fight, wouldn't you show loyalty to 1 or 2 over the other 2? No. It's very hard to take into account loyalty, to question it, to not question it, because I could just technically have a deeper connection with one friend over the other, and that's the person I stick with, I actually had something like that happen in 2023. It was me and 3 of my friends. We all used to work together at Yankee Candle, and for a long time. One left and moved to Florida. One quit, and it was just her part-time job. And then I got fired. I really did. I got fired. And then the last friend stayed there until they closed the location. In 2023, we had an argument in the group. Every year we would go to see a Cubs game in the city, in Wrigleyville. And we had an argument. Started by me, but at the same time, like, I felt like one of the ladies in our group was just kind of being ridiculous. Like, she wanted to order the Cubs tickets like the day that they went on sale, and it was a weekday, and I'm the only one that can't answer or talk on their phone when they're at work, because I can have my phone on me, but I'm not supposed to be doing anything personal on it. The only thing I should use it for in the warehouse is if I'm having an emergency, like I'm on fire or something, or I'm on the floor having a heart attack or something. Like, that's what my phone is for. But other than that, you're not supposed to use it for personal use. So I only check it like when I'm on break, when I run to the bathroom, when I go to lunch, that kind of thing. And she basically spouted it off these days for the game. And one of the other friends was like, oh, yeah, like, let's do this, let's do that. And my friend, who I'm still friends with, was like, well, wait a minute. Like, we can't just make that decision. Like, Kim's not even here. Like, she can't even respond. Like, she's at work, and you know she's at work. So I finally was able to get on there, and I was like, look, I said, I could ask for days off, but there's no guarantee I'll get them, even if I ask for them months ahead of time. Like, there's no guarantee. And I wouldn't know until the last minute. I said, so honestly, like, for me, the best course of action is go to a Cubs game on one of my days off. And I have 3 days off during the week. I have Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. So my friend was like, oh, well, maybe we should do like a Saturday game or something. The other two were not having it. They basically ignored what I said, and the one bought 4 tickets for, I think it was like a Friday game. I want to say it was a Friday game. And she's like, well, if you can't go, you'll just sell your ticket. That's what she said to the group. Like, if you just can't go, you can just sell your ticket. And when I saw that, it was like the end of the day. And I waited until I got home. I got my car. I drove home. I was fuming. I got home and I texted back. I said, you bought the tickets for whatever? And she goes, yeah. And she's like, if you can't go, you can sell your ticket. I let into her. I cussed at her like a sailor. I was like, who the do you think you are? I said, you can sell the ticket. I said, you can figure out how to sell the ticket. I said, I didn't authorize you to buy that ticket for me. In fact, I told you that I couldn't really go on any other days other than Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you ignored that. I said, so you can sell the ticket. I said, I'm not going. And I said, by the way, like, you need to apologize for being an asshat. The other friend who always backs her up, who's loyal to her, right? Oh, Kim, like, you're making a scene. Like, you shouldn't talk like that. That talking to me like I'm a 10-year-old woman, not a 10-year-old girl, not a 40-year-old woman. And don't be mean to people. And I was like, now, granted, this is not the first time that this has happened. This has happened 2 or 3 times where I had to try and figure out how to get a day off or something like that to hang out with this group of ladies, because none of them take into account my schedule. And unfortunately, I have always had the schedule where, like, I wasn't really in control of my own schedule, because even if I was making the schedule, which I used to do at Fannie Mae, if somebody called off, I would have to go in. So I would get screwed, at the last minute of going to a Cubs game or something. So the friend who, what the hell was that? Was that just a big hair falling? The friend who bought the tickets got on there and says, it was really inappropriate of you to say this in the group chat. You should have texted me personally. And I'm thinking, excuse me? Like it was all about the group going to the Cubs game. How is it inappropriate to say, hey, turd, like, like, you're going to have to sell the ticket. Like, it's not my ticket. I didn't authorize you to, but you know what I mean? Oh, so she's like, you should really apologize to me. She's like, if you want to give me a call or send me a text, feel free. That was the last conversation I ever had with those 2 friends. I have not talked to them since. It's been over 2 years, actually. I don't think I have their phone numbers in my phone anymore. I unfriended both of them on Facebook about 3 months after, because I gave them about 3 months to apologize to me and the other friend. Because even the other friend was on there like, no, don't buy the tickets. Like, Kim's not going to be able to go. Like, what are you doing? Like, let's just choose another day. And they were like, no, we're going to buy the tickets. Like, she can figure it out. Yeah, I could, I guess, except hello. And it's not even, it's not me trying to be difficult, like literally. Like, they picked, the day that they picked, I probably would not have been able to get off and go. It was like a Friday in August. I would have never been able to get that off. We pick, where I work, you get they call it a bid sheet, and you ask for days off the year before. So like October, November, they give you a bid sheet, and you ask for, so October, November 2024, they gave me a bid sheet, and I asked for days off in 2025. Now, I can still ask for other days off throughout the year, obviously. But there's like 40 people in our department, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. So it's just easier to try and plan things around my actual days off. And unfortunately, those aren't their days off. But if they're going to take a Friday off, they could take a Wednesday off. If they're going to take a Friday off, we're already off on Saturday. Like, we're all off on Saturday. Little too much to ask, I guess. My other friend, actually, she's the friend I went to breakfast with this morning. She doesn't talk to them either. Because she's like, they do that all the time. She's like, and it's ridiculous. And one person backs up the other person because they're loyal to that person, but they don't listen to anything that anybody else has to say. I haven't talked to him in over 2 years. I don't know. Loyalty, I guess. One had loyalty to the other. My friend had loyalty to me, and we kind of split and parted ways, 2 and 2. I don't know if they're still friends. I assume they're still friends. I don't really know. But yeah. This reading kind of reminds me of a situation like that. Like, almost like someone testing someone's boundaries. And it's like someone doesn't realize, like this person doesn't realize that the loyalty is being tested, or like somebody's questioning their loyalty. With the partial truths. If you question someone's loyalty, you're not going to be honest with them about it, right? You're probably just going to keep finding ways to question it and try to figure it out for yourself. But eventually the other person would be like, okay, why is this person acting like this? Why are they, why are they testing me? Like, what's the deal? Part of the test and the loyalty is like somebody looking at another person and just not really, I guess, not really understanding like how they work, like how they function, like how they make decisions based on that. How are you loyal to that person but you're not loyal to me? Or how are you loyal to so and so but not to me? Like, it's like somebody questioning somebody's integrity. But it's not even questioning, it's like, I just heard captivated, like somebody being captivated by somebody's comings and goings, and like their morality, their values. And again, loyalty, that falls in there. That falls in there. Loyalty, loyalty is in all relationships. In a marriage, when you get married, you take a vow and say, you're not going to cheat on your spouse. Like, I'm going to be loyal to you. You're my spouse. I'm going to have your back. If you cheat on them, that's not being loyal to them. If you lie to them, that's not being loyal to them, you know? It's like this person is dropping like little nuggets, little tidbits, almost like a trail for this person to follow to see like if they're loyal or not. It's kind of like, it's like a little gaslighty. It's a little narcissistic. Let me just say this. Like, I have a group of friends at work, right? And the one just left. I was talking to you guys about it, I think last week or the week before. She just left. She got a job at corporate, so she's going to work from home. So now it's just the two other ladies, and I'm friends with them, but I'm not in the inner circle, if that makes sense. Like, the three of them have been hanging out since they started working there. The two were there when I was there. They just came a little bit later because they were at the old building and I was at the new building, starting up the new building. And they stayed and finished all the work at the old building. But then they came over, and then the one was hired. So I'm going there. I've been there going on 6 years. The other two girls, two ladies, 6 years as well. One before me, one right after me. And then the other one, I want to say she got hired when we opened. So 4 years. She'll be there almost 4 years. And they've been friends. The three of them have been friends for the last 4 years. Now, I just kind of entered into the picture, probably more like 2023, beginning of 2024. Now, they have a loyalty to each other, right? I know that. Like, like I'm smart enough and an adult enough to recognize that the three of them were friends in this friend group before I came along. Like, I was hanging out with other people, they were hanging out with each other. I broke off with the other people, then I was kind of a loner, then I started hanging out with them kind of on and off. I'm a little bit older than them. I mean, technically I could still be their mommy, but I'm knowledgeable enough in life to know that their loyalty is to the three of them. You know, like, they're good friends. And when the one young lady decided she was leaving to go work for corporate, I was the last friend to know. Now, that doesn't shock me. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't upset me. Actually, I was kind of shocked because, she told the other two friends and then she told me, and I think she told one or two other people that she likes in our department, and that was it. Like, her last day was not yesterday, but the Friday before, and like, almost nobody knew. And then I had people coming up to me being like, Carla, she left? Like, Carla left? And I was like, yeah, she got a job with corporate. She's going to work from home. I didn't know. Nobody told me. And it's like, well, it's not my job to tell you. Like, I was surprised she told me she was leaving because, again, I'm not in that little inner circle, you know? Like, I'm a friend, but the three of them were friends before me, and I fully understand that they would do things without me, if that makes sense. And it's kind of funny because a couple weeks before that, I was talking to Carla, the young woman that moved on. And I said, oh, what are you doing this weekend? And she kind of looked at me and she goes, well, I'm going to brunch tomorrow with some friends. And as soon as she said it, I knew she was going with the other two young ladies. And I didn't say anything, but I just was laughing, like, on the inside, because I'm thinking, Carla, you can tell me you're going to brunch with them. Like, it's not going to hurt my feelings, you know? Like again, like, I recognize that there's a friendship there that I was not a part of, you know? So I didn't say anything. I just said, oh, I hope you have fun. I said, if you need suggestions for brunch, let me know because, I freaking love breakfast. So brunch is a no-brainer. Um, and it was funny because I ended up meeting my friend for breakfast that morning in Kenosha. And then we went to the Buzz in Kenosha, and I ended up telling Carla about it. I'm like, you should go with your friends next time. And when I said it, like I knew I was talking about the other two ladies, but I didn't say anything. But I just thought it was funny. It was cute because they all have a loyalty to each other. And it's not that they don't like me, and it's not that they don't have a loyalty to me, but that bond was there and in place before I came along. And if somebody were to have a problem with that, like to me that would be unfounded. And maybe I'm crazy for having that thought. Maybe somebody should be like, oh, you're their friend, they should treat you the same. I don't really look at it like that. I look at it like they're a close little knit group that kind of welcomed me in. And I'm still kind of on the outside, and that's fine because I'm a loner anyway. I don't really care. But like I recognize that they have their own little thing. Like it doesn't bother me. And I would think that if somebody else were in a similar situation, that they would be wise enough to realize that, it's not that they don't love you and care for you. It's just, they have their own little connection. There's nothing wrong with that. So, loyalty, not loyal, like, I guess everybody has a different opinion on that. At some point, this is going to cause tension between these two people because it's going to be like, well, are you loyal to me or not? Why are you not loyal to me? Like, why don't you consider me a good friend? Why don't you love me? Like, that kind of thing. And it could be founded, it could be unfounded. Take how it resonates. I gotta say, this is actually kind of interesting because I don't think we've ever gotten anything like this. Trust and process. Like, things are gonna play out the way they're gonna play out. Like, if you're meant to be in a connection with somebody, friend, lover, close family member, whatever the case, like, it's going to withstand the test of time, right? If you're not meant to be, if you're not meant to carry them along into your bright, sunny future, then you just won't. Something will happen, and the two of you, the three of you, the four of you, whatever, will fall off. And I don't think it's, I don't think it's, I don't think it's wrong to question the process, right? Trust in the process. I don't think it's wrong to question it, but I hope that when you get involved in situations like this, at the end of the day, you always learn from it and you always take something away from it for next time, for the next person, for the next connection. Because I don't really agree with like a testing of the loyalty. Like, I don't really, like, that's just kind of stupid to me. Like, I feel like that's kid stuff. I love this card. I love it. And again, I don't mean to sound like a jackass. I just, you could be loyal to one person one day and not the next. You know, again, you could be loyal to one friend over another friend in a situation, and then the next situation arises and you're loyal to the other friend. And again, I think it goes back to this question too. What do you consider loyalty? Like, how do you judge loyalty? Like, if you want to go red rum someone and someone tells you, well, I'm not doing that with you, then you think that they're not loyal? Because, I mean, what person would do that with you? I know we see those memes all the time where we joke around like I'm the friend that'll bring my weapon and drive the getaway car, right? We always see memes like that. But in reality, like, you're going to hate me because I don't want to do that? Because I don't want to put my life in danger? Because I don't want to go to prison for 20 years? I mean, wasn't there a movie where there was like a guy that tested his friend's loyalty and it was crazy extreme? And at the end of the movie, you find out that that's really what it was. Like, oh, I was just testing you. And it was crazy. And I don't know why I'm picturing Vince Vaughn, but it might have been something like a dark comedy. I might have to look that up and see. I might have to look that up and see, because for some reason something is coming to my mind about a movie. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of that movie. I think it was Reese Witherspoon when she was younger and she was married and something with the best friend, and I think she was cheating with her husband's best friend or something. Maybe that was it. I can't remember what that was called. I'm pretty sure it was Reese Witherspoon. I don't remember who the two guys were. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I mean, testing loyalty could be as simple as, like, hey, I need a ride to work. I know it's 20 minutes out of your way, but will you come pick me up? My car broke down. Even though you know your car didn't break down, you're just like throwing it out there like, hey, will they come and get me? Like, are we that good of friends? Like as simple as that. And to me, that's just like, I guess any type of loyalty test, like, to me, it's just kind of ridiculous, because I feel like if you even question it, then you don't believe in their loyalty. Whether they're loyal to you or not, you don't believe in it. So how is that the other person's fault? I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. I think I'm going to leave it there because I think I'm getting a migraine from this reading. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, it was entertaining. Um, Please don't test your friends. Please don't test your friends. That's all I had to say. I'll talk to you later. Bye.